Hi ladies, Kim Miller, MCCW President here with Forum Director Ali Tagawan.
Aloha.
As 2020 started, we were so excited to finally be in the year of our biennial Forum event. But as we all know, this year has been anything but ordinary. After much prayerful discussion in the spring, our board voted that it was best to postpone Forum from April until November. That spring has turned into summer, and this summer has nearly reached fall. With the COVID situation not changing much for the better across our country, the board had to once again re-examine our plans for Forum by asking ourselves some key questions.
One of the first things we needed to look at is if the ladies would be willing to travel to San Antonio for the event. And based on our high registration numbers, absolutely yes, you wanted to come to San Antonio for this event. The next thing we needed to look at was, were you able to travel to San Antonio? A lot of bases and Army posts have put in personal and official travel restrictions that don't allow for travel outside of a certain distance or mileage area. And with that comes a little bit more restriction. And if you're not living within an easy distance to get to San Antonio, then a lot of our ladies wouldn't be able to make it. One of the other things we looked at was the return. So some states have put into place travel restrictions upon return to your home state. Some states have it where if you went to anywhere, you have to quarantine. Some states have it where you go to a certain number or a list of predetermined areas, you have to quarantine. So these were all things that we needed to look at when reassessing our decision. The third thing we needed to look at was the health and welfare of the attendees of Forum. With COVID happening and masks and everything that we would need to do, social distancing, the hotel that we were going to use has been gracious and working with us to work within the San Antonio set and Texas set guidelines for social distancing and mask wearing and everything that we would need to do with Forum in play. But it ultimately came down to this. The Catechism of the Catholic Church states that the Mass is the source and summit of Christian life. And as a Catholic organization, daily Mass is essential to what we do each day in Forum. With those restrictions set to no more than 100 people in a church for Mass, our board needed to seriously look at whether or not we could still execute this and do all of the elements that are essential for pulling off an MCCW specific event. And because we couldn't have any more than 100 people in the church, that made daily Mass together impossible.
So with this information in mind, our board met once again to discuss, discern, and ultimately vote on the future of Forum. In the end, we made the hard and sad decision that between the current risk factors and the restrictions that may or may not be in place in November, we needed to cancel Forum for the first time in MCCW's history.
While this is disappointing to say, especially for me, it is the right decision, and I believe that it is a decision that we needed to make now instead of as it got closer to the event in November. So with that being said, there are a number of ladies that have helped me over the past 2 years in planning, who were either part of the planning or were stepping up to help with the event as it goes on. And I want to say a few thank yous to these ladies. Denise Hummel and Eleanor Gentilini were going to take in the baskets that we use to auction off to raise money for our endowed scholarship fund, and we thank those ladies for being willing to always do that for us, especially during Forum. Denise was also going to, and is still, taking the nominations for the Sheila Baker and Mary Ann Ernst Awards, so you can go to our website, mccw.org, to get more information on that. Nancy Belmont, our Director of Faith Formation, thank you. Bevan Landrum, our Director of Communications, has a great team that works directly with her. Catherine Lockhart, who puts out The Well, or she's the editor of The Well. Our graphics designer, Jean Derry, and our former social media manager, Annie Harry, who just helped us explode and give us a more prominent social media presence as an organization. Thank you, ladies, for all your hard work. I also want to thank Joan Lepore, our Director of Regional Coordinators, Elizabeth Tomlin, our Finance Director. And outside of the board, I had a few ladies that stepped up to help with planning and execution as well. Rebecca Lockhart for logistics, Kristen Foss, our liturgist, Jackie Henderson, our music director, Linda Coleman, vendors, and our hospitality lead, Michelle Macias. Finally, we have two ladies that help, especially with preparation and first day execution of Forum, our swag gal, Brenda Nonweiler, and our registrar, Sue Parker. Lastly, I could not do any of this without the motivation and direction and friendship and love and support of our president, Kim Miller. Thank you so much for all that you have done and helping me to put this event on, even though we're not doing it anymore, as we prepared, because we know it's all for God's glory, right? Even though it's not going to happen, we know that we don't do these things in vain and that there is a purpose to it. And it is all for the glory of God. So thank you very much for all of your help in that. These ladies that I've just named, there's about 15 of them. I could not have done half of what I did and half of what we accomplished without all of their input and support and preparation for this forum event. So thank you, ladies, for all that you have done for us, for MCCW, and for me as the forum director.
Kelly is absolutely right. We had an amazing team of volunteers working on this event for nearly 2 years, more than 2 years. Oh my gosh, we worked on this event for a long time. And we can't go on without thanking Allie. Allie has been joyful and cheerful and excited and fun and funny, and as she said, an amazing friend to me and to our board throughout this whole process. And it was Allie's vision and Allie's excitement and enthusiasm and love that pulled together this big team of people and allowed us to plan what would have been an amazing forum. So Allie, we can't thank you enough for being such an awesome forum director and member of our team. And like you said, a really amazing friend. Now for a few nuts and bolts before we go. First, I know you'll have questions about registration. If you are registered for Forum, you will be receiving a refund, and that refund will come back to you in the same manner in which you paid for your registration. So if you wrote us a check, we'll be sending you a check. If you paid via Eventbrite, you'll get a refund to your credit card via Eventbrite. And if your chapel paid, you'll get that money back. Your chapel will get that money back, and we'll be making arrangements with them directly. Even without Forum, we still want to take opportunities this fall to connect, unite, and inspire all of you. So our board is already busily working. We had, I think, 2 meetings, if not more, this week to talk about how we can transition some of the elements of Forum that we all love and hold dear to virtual events this fall. So stay tuned. In the next couple of weeks and months, we'll be bringing you some exciting announcements about that. And finally, we will be very excited in a couple months to bring you a big announcement about Forum 2022. We are already planning that far ahead, and we know where it's going to be, and we can't wait to share that news with you very, very soon. In the meantime, we thank you all for being a part of this organization, and we ask that you be well, stay safe, and know that you're in our prayers. Thanks so much.